Hi, I'm Connor Sullivan, and this is Brett Beard Show. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing great. About yourself?
I'm doing good. See, we're in the weight room today. We got a hurricane coming. Yeah, practice this morning. How you feeling, Coach?
Yeah. Everybody stay safe out there. Got some tough weather coming at us again. Nothing we can't handle. Love being in the weight room. This is where it all happens.
Yes, sir. It's going into week 5, 0-4. What's some goods and bads you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely growth in the program. Nobody's happy being 0-4 by any means, but I mean, there's been a lot of great things we've seen take place over the course, from 1 week to the next. We keep learning how to play the game the right way. We're starting to get our football IQ up. We're starting to do things this past week that we hadn't done the previous weeks, which tells me there is growth. And I think if you come and watch us, it's nowhere near what you want on the scoreboard, but there's definite growth, and I'm excited to watch it continue to grow. Great things are starting to happen, and we just got to put it all together and play a complete game.
Of course. Let's get into the highlights. So you have Reese Mooney, his second start against the Central Wildcats. You have number 3, Reese Mooney, throws a dangerous pass to number 5, Ray McNeely, blown up by number 2, Davon Armstead. Now you have number 5, Pierce Patterson on the easy run, punches it in, 7-0 Central, take the early lead. Now you have number 3, Reese Mooney, hand off to number 4, Cam Kelly, finds the gap, going downfield. You have number 7, Micah Harrison on the lead block, big gain midfield. A few plays later, 4th down, number 3, Reese Mooney, complete to number 7, Micah Harrison, keeps the toes in bounds for the catch. Jackets would end up turning it over. A few plays later, Central ball, number 5, Patterson, the nice gain near midfield. Had number 1, Troy Goldman, number 2, Jordan Reams on the tackle. Next play, you have number 13, Jonathan Swift. Pass is actually bobbled up. You have number 10, Jed Cambry on the interception. Going downfield, you have the whole defense blocking. Make a cut up field, gets tripped up right at the 1-yard line. Tell us about that play, Coach.
Big time play, man. We needed a playmate right there. We needed a spark. We needed a little life, and Cambridge stayed with it. Great vision, great job. You wish he finishes with a touchdown, but we'll take whatever we can get.
Of course. Next play, get number 5, Ray McNeely finds the gap, breaks a tackle, gets in. Tie game, 7-7. Explain that play, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to finish right there. You take the ball over on the 1 or on 2. All good teams have got to be able to get that yard and punch that in.
Number 13, Jonathan Swift, handoff to Patterson, cutting upfield. Now you have number 8, Amari Warren, in on the tackle. 4th down, Swift's pass, deep downfield. You have freshman, number 12, Mason Varese on the PBU. Jackets ball. 3rd down, Reese Mooney, screen pass to Micah Harrison is broken up. Jackets would end up going to punt. Less than a minute left. You have Swift on the quarterback keeper down inside the 5-yard line, diving for extra yards. Both teams would end up leaving the field due to a lightning delay, followed by an almost 2-hour weather delay. Central would end up scoring immediately upon the return, going up 14-7. 3rd quarter, Jackets trying to answer. Number 3, Reese Mooney passing number 7, Micah Harrison. Breaks a tackle, gets a nice gain upfield for the 1st down. A few plays later, you have Reese Mooney. They have a screen pass to Micah Harrison that would actually be intercepted and returned by a touchdown. Number 2, Armstead, 21-7 Central. Just tell us about that, Coach.
Yeah, it's hard to fault a kid for trying to make a play. Screen pass, thought the safety did a heck of a job right there, jumper out. We got to see it, but we threw it, and that's the disaster that can happen when the defender times up a pass play or a screen play in that situation.
Yes, sir. It's a big momentum change right there. Jackets ball, number 3, Reese Mooney, handoff to number 4, Kelly, who is crushing the backfield for a loss. Next drive, Jackets backed up near their own goal line. Number 3, Reese Mooney, back to pass, is actually tackled for a safety. But number 8, Jeremiah Combe, 23-7 Wildcats. Tell us about that, Coach.
Yeah, tough blow, man. When you come out of the delay in a situation we were in, I think I made it pretty clear coming out of that situation that you were probably going to give up the touchdown, and that was okay. You just weather that, you flip around, you get ready to play, and then of course at 7-8 minutes of the third quarter that unraveled where the offense gave up 9 points. That's a tough one to come over statistically, analytically, all these things people are talking about. You give up 9 points offensively, that's tough.
Yes, sir. After the safety, Central's ball. Swift, deep touchdown pass number 6, Josiah Rankins, 37, game slowly pulling away. Just what happened there, Coach?
Yeah, just a kid making a play. They protected it well, made a perfect throw. We had a busted coverage right there.
Now you have John McDaniel coming back in at quarterback. And then now the Jackets finally catch a break. Central trying to reverse, fumbles the ball, recovered by Denham. Big momentum change right there. Now number 15.
For us to give it back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Number 15, John McDaniel, forced out of the pocket. See him scrambling, cutting up field, making defenders miss. Actually slides for a nice gain. Now it's 4th down right here. Number 15, John McDaniel, under pressure again. This time has a throwaway, almost picked off, incomplete, turnovers on downs. Central actually goes for a fake field goal. Jackets defense end up with a stop, get the ball back. Now you have number 15, John McDaniel, handoff to number 4, Cam Kelly with the stiff arm, dodging defenders, making a miss for a huge gain. Jackets march into the end zone, red zone. Number 15, John McDaniel, handoff to number 4, Kelly, who scores, touchdown. Lead cut to 30-14, slowly coming back. Jackets end up coming back, got Cam Kelly. Jackets get the ball back, number 15, John McDaniel rolling right, finds number 7 for the first down. Denham's offense marching. A few plays later, number 15, John McDaniel, passing it to Miles Edwards for the touchdown. Lead is now 30-20. Jackets will go for 2. Explain that touchdown, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, we needed that play right there. We felt good about that play all week long, and it's setting up to hit just the way it did. And I thought it was protected up great up front. Perfect throw, perfect catch, perfect finish.
Of course. Now Jackets will end up going for 2. You have the Wildcat offense. Direct snap to number 5, Ray McNeely. He scores. Lead is now 30-22 with a few minutes left. Jackets with the onside kick. Ball bounces around. Perfect kick. Ball is jarred loose. Central ends up recovering. That's just what happened there, Coach?
Perfect executed onside kick by LeBlanc right there. Ball's got to bounce your way, and a lot of times with this play you got to have a little luck.
Yes, sir. Central's ball now. Yeah, 3rd down. Jackets need a stop, but number 5 gets Pierce Patterson gets the carries for a 1st down to seal the game. Central takes a knee to wind down the clock. Final score 30-22 Central. Tell us about that game, Coach. Let's just talk about the goods, bads.
Well, I thought it showed a lot of our character. Everything we're trying to create here, the mindset of playing for 48 minutes and fighting for each other nonstop, no matter the situation on the scoreboard. I think it just kind of showed that this group does have the character that maybe a lot of people are doubting or haven't seen. Very exciting finish of that game. Nobody gave up. None of us lost faith in each other. A couple things that I saw right there. You're up 30-7. You go for a fake field goal. That's interesting. Kind of feel like you get some people on the ropes. A 4th and medium there at midfield, and instead of punting to us, I think you're trying to throw the haymaker right there, and you gave us a little life. And for the first time, we took that momentum and kind of capitalized on that, and had a shot. Ultimately, that when you play this game to get into the 4th quarter with a chance to win a football game, and we did just that. We stayed the course. We executed the game plan, and I really liked a lot of things that I saw.
Let's talk about the rain delay. You had plenty of momentum, game tied 7-7, and then the rain delay.
Well, I played this game, so I mean, delays or what, you call them what you will. It's a great game, and to be able to come back out and play, I mean, you got to be able to come back out and play. It's all part of it. Like I told you, coming out of that break, which ultimately was halftime, they get the ball right there on the 2. Odds are in their favor of finishing that drive and scoring. So you're going to go down 14-7, and there's nothing wrong with it. Then you're going to flip around. You're going to take a quick second to go to the third quarter and kick off to them. So it ended up being a pretty good spot for them. We had to weather it, and we didn't. I thought we kind of gave them 7 or 8 minutes right there, especially in the third quarter, kind of let it get away from us, which sometimes you could say is in youth. You can blame and make excuses for whatever. We've got to figure out a way to stop that and keep playing no matter what the circumstances are. We've been through enough to know that there's nothing a game of football is going to give us that we can't handle. So we can't get uptight. We can't get worried about it. We can't get nervous. You just got to keep playing. You just got to play harder.
Of course. Talk about the comeback. Jackets were down 30-7, but they fought all 48 minutes to make the final score 30-22.
Well, I mean, it's like I tell you, it's not over until the clock strikes 0. If you look at the 7 or 8 minutes that Central had that gave them all that momentum, well, that was what time we had left. So all we had to do was flip the script. And I thought we did a great job of attempting to do that. I mean, this game, realistically, it's a 3-play ball game right there, and we almost made those 3 plays.
Let's talk about some standout players that were a key factor in this game.
Yeah, I thought the freshman really answered the challenge. 12 Varese, I think he's a kid that's getting better every week. Sometimes with youth, you're too, I don't want to say dumb, but maybe too numb to the situation you're in. Like you forget how big a game a District 4 5A game is, and a freshman, not dumb as in dumb, but you just don't understand the magnitude. So you're able to go play. I thought John McDaniel did a great job coming in and under his circumstances, coming in, getting the job done, running our offense, giving us a chance to come back. Mooney, I thought started out pretty good. Maybe the lightning delay did, 2.5 hours, maybe it did affect him, but we're not going to let that be an excuse. You got to be able to handle that. And before it unraveled and got too bad, we're going to give the senior a chance to come back in under the circumstances. But that's the perk to having 2 great quarterbacks. I mean, you got 2 phenomenal quarterbacks, a senior and a puppy in the sophomore, and to be able to have those 2 bounce off each other and learn from each other and compete with each other, they're only going to be better. And Reese Mooney's going to be an animal in 2 years because of John McDaniel, and to have that luxury is very nice to put the pressure on those 2 and have those 2 guys operate. Once again, I thought our O-line just keeps getting better and better. And that's ultimately you got to win the trenches to win football games, and we're getting better. Defensively, look at the second half. We finally looked like a defense that probably most people thought we would be bringing to the table when we came here and took this job. And we started executing. We went backwards to go forward. We simplified some things and gave us a chance to let our kids, took some of the thinking out of it and let them go play.
Let's talk about improvement. Last week, Westgate, very lopsided game, and coming into Central, just that improvement that we had.
Yeah, I mean, look, we had an unusual off season, and we're all still getting to know each other. I mean, it's part of the process. Yeah, there's some different wrinkles in this process, but at the end of the day, if we're seeing growth and competing better and better every day at practice, ultimately every Friday night, our job is getting done. And that's going to turn into the instant gratification that everybody's got to have on the scoreboard. But I'm excited about where we're heading.
So let's talk about Zachary. Coming up this Friday. Zachary's always been a really good team, powerhouse, state championship team every year. Just
Well, I mean, it's what you want to be. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to win a state championship, you can't talk about it. These are the teams you got to go on the road and beat. And if you want to win a state championship, you can't go on the road and compete with guys like this. You have to beat guys like this. It's a great measuring stick for where we're at in such an early time of this process and early growth of this program with the new coaches taking place. But it's going to be a great measuring stick to see where we're at. I mean, they're phenomenal. They're a great football team. They're everything you want. And once again, I'm up for the task. I think our guys are up for the task. Hey, you just got to play the game, put the ball down.
Talking about these are like the must-win games. What's some key points to win the game this Friday?
Well, we got to execute. We can't have the big mistakes. If we get a little momentum, we got to capitalize on it. I think ultimately the biggest thing is if we get to third downs, we got to get off the field. We got to create some some opportunity for them to punt to us and get the ball back and finish drives. There ain't no doubt you got to win the clock battle and the turnover battle to beat Zachary. I'm not so much worried about going on the road or being at home. I mean, when we play Zachary, it's tough wherever you play. It just comes down to execution and who makes the least mistakes and who can capitalize on momentum.
So what's some things that you've seen on film that they do well, just stuff that we really need to stop to get that game going?
Well, I mean, you got a great young quarterback in Holstein. You got a great receiver in Hilton. A lot of people are stuck on Hilton, but they really have a couple of really good receivers. I think ultimately what makes this team a better Zachary team than I've seen is their O-line play. I mean, all those guys were back from last year. I think in the trenches they're a lot more experienced and a lot more comfortable with each other, which is going to make you go. It's like a snowplow, and that's what they have up front. I mean, those boys get after it, and I love it. But that's what you love seeing good football. The state of Louisiana has arguably the best football in the country. Well, these are the teams you got to beat, and these are the teams you want to play against and play with. And I love being the underdog. I love the fact that nobody thinks we can go in and compete and win, but that's why you play.
Speaking of Eli Holstein and Chris Hilton, two very good players, both have alls from LSU. Just what's some stuff that y'all are gonna have to do to stop them?
Well, you're going to have to get the young quarterback uncomfortable as quick as possible. He moves better than you realize. A lot of times you get used to Zachary team with a Lindsey Scott and some of those guys that have been there, Keelan Brown, guys that can freaking maul you with their legs on top of with their arm. Well, Holstein's a little bit different quarterback, but he can still get it, and he's athletic. But I think like anything, if you ask somebody that's coaching against us, it would be to get in our young quarterback's head and get in there and make him uncomfortable. Even with our senior quarterback out there who's had limited experience, I think it's to get him make him uncomfortable, move him off his spot, make him make reads on the move, make him make some quick decisions. Hilton, do you really shut down a kid like that? As to be determined.
The Jackets will travel to Zachary this Friday, 7 o'clock. Thanks for coming on the show today, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
Connor Sullivan, this is the Brett Beard Show.